Every company now says it is using AI, but very few can clearly prove what changed. Not what was announced, not how many pilots were launched, not how many assistants, copilots, dashboards, or automation tools were introduced, but what changed in the business itself. Did work become faster? Did cost actually fall? Did revenue improve? Did risk reduce? Did customers get better service? Did managers make better decisions? Or did the company simply become more digital, more complex, and more expensive? In the first part, we looked at the AI profit illusion, the gap between AI adoption and real business value. But exposing the illusion is only the beginning. The harder question is this: how do you test whether AI is actually working? Because the first AI race was adoption, the next AI race is proof. This is the AI value test. If AI is creating value, it should eventually show up somewhere. It might show up in productivity, more output from the same team. It might show up in cost structure, fewer repeated tasks, fewer errors, lower cost to serve. It might show up in revenue capacity, more customers served, better sales preparation, better follow-up, better retention. It might show up in risk control, faster detection of fraud, claims leakage, operational errors, or compliance issues. It might show up in decision quality, managers seeing problems earlier and acting sooner. It might show up in customer experience, shorter waiting times, better answers, fewer handoffs. And in a serious organization, finance should be able to validate at least part of the benefit. Not every benefit is purely financial. Some benefits are qualitative. Trust, resilience, better judgment, better information, stronger controls. But even qualitative value needs evidence. This is where many AI projects quietly fail. Not because the technology did nothing, but because nobody defined what success was supposed to look like. It is like starting a diet without weighing yourself. Later, everyone argues about whether it worked. The same happens with AI. If there is no baseline, no owner, and no measurement, the company may be celebrating motion instead of progress. Where is the money? Where is the service improvement? Where is the risk reduction? Where is the better decision? Where is the customer benefit? If AI is valuable, something must change, and someone must be able to show it. Let us make this concrete. Imagine a restaurant buys an expensive new kitchen machine. The owner proudly says, "This machine can chop vegetables twice as fast." That sounds like progress. But the chefs still wait for ingredients. What if the orders are still written wrongly? What if the waiters still bring meals to the wrong table? What if the menu is too complicated? What if the machine is used only once a day? Then the machine is impressive, but the restaurant is not better. The same is true for AI. If a company adds AI to a broken process, it may simply speed up confusion. If the workflow is badly designed, AI does not automatically fix it. If the data is poor, AI may produce poor answers faster. If no one owns the outcome, AI becomes another tool people talk about but do not manage. The machine only creates value when the whole kitchen changes around it. Ordering, preparation, timing, quality control, service. AI is the same. The value is not only in the tool, the value is in the redesigned system around the tool. A broken process plus AI is still a broken process, only faster. That is why the question is not simply, where can we add AI? The better question is, what work needs to change? This is where AI stops being only a technology story. It becomes a people story. AI value is not created by software alone. It is created when people change how work is done. But AI does not enter an empty organization. It enters a workplace full of habits, fears, incentives, politics, and routines. Employees may fear that AI is being introduced to replace them. Managers may use AI to monitor work more closely. Specialists may worry that judgment is being reduced to machine output. Customers may not know whether they are speaking to a person or a system. And when something goes wrong, someone still has to be accountable. This is why AI value realization is also a people question. Who is trained? Who is trusted? Who is checked? Who can override the system? Who owns the decision? Who carries the risk when the machine is wrong? A company that ignores these questions may automate tasks but damage trust. And once trust is damaged, the value of the technology becomes harder to realize. This is especially important for older workers and experienced professionals. They may not always use the newest tool first, but they often understand the process, the customer, the exception, the risk, and the judgment behind the work. If companies treat AI as a replacement for experience, they may lose the very knowledge needed to make AI useful. The strongest organizations will not simply ask, "How do we replace people with AI?" They will ask, "How do we combine machine speed with human judgment?" Because AI can produce answers, but people still carry responsibility. A pilot can use autopilot, but the pilot is still responsible for the flight. AI is no different. The machine may support the decision, but the organization still owns the outcome. This is where AI becomes an institutional story. AI has to pass through boards, finance teams, risk teams, regulators, auditors, data protection teams, compliance functions, and sometimes labor representatives. A board may ask whether the investment is paying back. Finance may ask whether the savings are real. Risk teams may ask what happens when the model is wrong. Compliance may ask whether the decision can be explained. Regulators may ask whether customers are being treated fairly. Auditors may ask where the evidence is. Data protection teams may ask whether the information should have been used at all. Works councils or labor representatives may ask what AI means for employees. Customers may ask whether they can trust the outcome. These questions can feel slow, but they are not just bureaucracy. They are the institutional test of AI. If AI cannot be governed, audited, explained, corrected, and stopped, then it may be powerful. But it is not yet safe as an operating system for the business. Too little governance and AI may create hidden risk. Too much governance and AI may never leave the pilot stage. The real challenge is not choosing between speed and control. The real challenge is building a system where speed and control can work together. This is why governance matters. Brakes do not exist to stop a car from moving. They exist so the car can move faster safely. Good governance should work the same way. It should not turn AI into paperwork. It should make serious AI possible. So, how should we judge whether AI is creating value? Here is the 6-part AI value test. First, what problem is AI supposed to solve? If the problem is vague, the value will be vague. Second, what was the baseline before AI was introduced? If no one knows the starting point, no one can prove the improvement. Third, who owns the result? If everyone supports the project but no one owns the outcome, value will disappear into meetings. Fourth, what cost was added to make the AI work? Software, data, cloud, controls, training, monitoring, integration, and human review all count. Fifth, what changed after AI was used? Did the process become faster? Did errors fall? Did customers get better service? Did risk reduce? Did revenue capacity improve? Did managers make better decisions? Sixth, can the company stop weak projects and scale strong ones? That last question is very important. Many organizations are good at starting projects. Fewer are good at stopping them. But stopping is part of value realization. If a project does not improve the business, it should not survive just because it uses AI. The best companies will treat AI portfolios like investment portfolios. Some ideas will scale, some will be fixed, some will be stopped. Some will remain experiments. That is not failure. That is discipline. The real waste is not when an AI experiment fails. The real waste is when nobody knows whether it failed or succeeded. The most expensive AI project is not always the one that fails. It is the one that keeps consuming money, time, and attention because nobody is brave enough to ask, what changed? The next phase of AI will not be judged by excitement alone. It will be judged by operating results. Can AI reduce the time it takes to serve a customer? Can it help a bank make faster but safer decisions? Can it help an insurer detect claims leakage without damaging customer trust? Can it help a finance team close the books faster and forecast more accurately? Can it help a manufacturer reduce waste, manage inventory, and predict maintenance? Can it help an automotive company improve warranty economics, residual value analysis, software support, after-sales service, or customer retention? Can it help managers stop bad projects sooner? Can it help employees do better work with less friction? These are value questions, not technology questions alone, and the answer will not come from the AI tool by itself. It will come from the system around it, the process, the data, the people, the incentives, the controls, the ownership, the measurement, the decision. That is where AI value is either created or lost. The companies that succeed will not be the ones that treat AI as decoration. They will be the ones that redesign work around it. They will ask harder questions earlier. They will measure before they celebrate. They will scale what works. They will stop what does not. And they will understand that AI is not a shortcut around management. It is a test of management. That is the accountability phase of AI. The big lesson is simple. AI adoption is not the same as AI value. A company does not become more productive because it announces AI. It becomes more productive when AI changes the work. A company does not become more profitable because it has more tools. It becomes more profitable when those tools improve cost, revenue, risk, service quality, or capital efficiency. A company does not become smarter because machines produce more answers. It becomes smarter when people make better decisions with better evidence. The real AI race is not adoption, it is proof. Not how many tools do you have, but what changed. Not how many pilots did you launch, but which ones improved the business. Not are you using AI, but where is AI creating value after cost, risk, and complexity are counted. That is the AI value test. Because AI value is not measured by the announcement. It is measured by the work, the cost, the risk, the customer, the decision, and the result. The companies that pass that test will not just look modern. They will become stronger. If you work in a company using AI, ask yourself this: has AI changed the work, or has it only changed the presentation? Tell me in the comments, where do you see real AI value? And where do you see AI theater? This is Lessons Untold, understanding the forces that shape our world. Subscribe for more stories about money, power, technology, and the systems behind everyday life.